Hey guys, so I wanted to do a quick video here. This is the Inception reg tester. Um, this thing is awesome. I have used this on tank regs, HPRs, and LPRs, and I've probably only had it about 2 weeks. I've modified mine a little bit. I've put a quick disconnect here in the body, and then the quick disconnect female fittings on the gauges. Unfortunately, I grabbed an LPR that had a trashed reg seat, and it decided to blow my low pressure gauge, which was an idiot mistake on myself. So I'm going to end up ordering another low pressure gauge from Simon and probably pick up a couple. But I kind of wanted to show how this setup works. I know Simon recommended this in his video, and I knew I was going to do this as soon as he posted it with the low pressure gauge. So anyway, I just wanted to show a couple things, show how to use this. I know some guys are asking what this is for or whatever. This is a tank. This is one of the Powerhouse regs. And you just screw it on. Make sure you have your high side or your high pressure gauge on. Click it on, and it shows you your output. Your output, for those US guys, are going to want to read in PSI. So this one's outputting about 700 PSI. So you can degas it. You can do this a couple times and check your recharge rate. These gauges are not fantastic for that, but you know, they definitely get the job done. If you do blow a gauge, you want to make sure it goes back to 0. This is what a blown gauge looks like. You can tell that it's stuck around 20 psi and doesn't want to go any lower. Doesn't have to be 20 psi. You want all your gauges that you use to go all the way back to 0. If they don't go back to 0, they're not telling you what you want to know. So we'll pull this off the tank. And then I'll show you what it, the same setup on CP reg here. And I've got this CP reg set up with just a piece of macro line and then a Pro Connect that hooks up to my scuba tank. So clip that back on. I'm trying to air this up. There we go. So when you air up an HPR, you want to make sure that this is closed. Same with the LPR. Anything that automatically has the air on and flows through, you want to make sure that it is on. So this is outputting about 500 PSI. And degas that. This will hold. Most regulators will hold the pressure. So you'll want to degas by pushing the button, and then you can pull your gauge off, unscrew your reg, and then we'll do the same thing with an LPR. So this is the LPR adapter, and then we'll click this closed, and then you would click on your low pressure gauge, which of course I've blown because was not thinking when I did it. And then this setup, I basically have just a cheap ASA, and then I've got the LPR tapped straight in the side with the other side of the ASA plugged. This has a Pro Connect set up to my scuba tank, and I'll click that on. And then this shows, I've got this LPR turned up pretty much all the way just to show that it moves on the gauge. Like I said, you want to make sure that this is closed because it'll bleed through, and it won't turn off, the way this is set up. So we can degas the Pro Connect. This may or may not hold air, so if it holds air, you'll want to degas like this, and then you can pull your gauge off and then unscrew your barb adapter. So yeah, I also have an oil-filled gauge set up with a quick disconnect. And then I've got my low pressure gauge set up the same way. So all the gauges you use, you want to make sure that they go to 0. If they're blown or damaged, they will show some other reading up here, which I wish I hadn't done, but it happens. So I would probably go back and label these as like high and low, put some kind of marking or something on the back, maybe in like the paint marker or something. Just put like either red or blue or H or low or something. But yeah, so I just want to give like a little update and kind of tell people how to use these things. This is awesome. Like I said, I've used this, I don't know, 5-6 times, maybe more in the last like 2 weeks since I've had it. But yeah, this has been great. Much better than what I was using before, which was CP reg or CP on off with a gauge. And anyway, this is awesome. But I want to give a shout out to Paul Mulkey. I knew I was going to get one of these sooner or later, whether I bought it or Rebecca bought it for me for a gift or something. But I knew I was going to get one. I was kind of surprised that Paul bought it for me, but I was very appreciative, and it's awesome. So if you guys have any questions about how to use it, let me know. It's pretty straightforward, and I know Simon has a video, but I figure we'll kind of answer some questions. So, all right, guys.